Hey everyone, it's the Gadget Guru. I'm gonna try and do this whole talking while I duel thing. In this first one, I'm versing agents. Um, and as you can see, he summons, goes into a Gachi Gachi, and I go screw this, go for my Stratos, losing my hand, drop Cyber, drop Stratos, shenanigans. He Herald of Warns lights the Stratos, and then Honest over the Cyber. So it was a pretty bad start. Um, I really didn't have much, but I had the compulsory get rid of the Gachi Gachi, thankfully. So I took the 16 from the Venus, and then I duality'd. I got back the Alias, obviously, because he heralded my Stratos, so I needed the Alias for the Hero Blast. He Book of Moons it, which works for me, because I'm just like, okay, I have Mirror Force, I don't give a shit. Now, I have a Mirror Force right here because I was thinking if I can get rid of that Venus and then flip my Alias and get rid of the Shine Ball, then he'll have no monsters at all. And that's really what I wanted to get to. I wanted to put him into a corner to where he couldn't do very much against me. Because that's what you got to do is, when you're playing agents, you got to pressure him. You just have to. There's no sitting around and playing nice. I mean, you pressure him or you lose. That's just how it is. And then he just quit because he realized he had lost. Um, let's see. In this one, let's see which one this one was. I don't remember what this one is right off the top of my head. I remember it was something annoying. I know that doesn't really help much, but I remember it was something annoying. But all of these matches were actually pretty easy. Like the deck flows very nicely because it just gets over everything easy. That's really all it does. It jumps everything really easy. Yeah, this deck, I really never figured out what it was. It just seemed like a Twilight Synchro deck. I mean, that's really all it was. I mean, I guess you could call it TG control, but it wasn't really TG. That was the thing. There was no Rush Rhinos and no Horn of the Phantom Beast. It was just a bunch of Synchro crap. So, I don't know. I guess you could call it Synchro TG. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever it was, I beat the shit out of it, so whatever. It doesn't bother me. As you saw, I deprison the Stardust because I'm not dealing with the Stardust. And then he Solemn Warnings the Alias, and I'm just like, okay, said Hero Blast, thank you. And of course, I Hero Blast the fucking tuner, so that crap won't work. And I skill drained if you're wondering why I didn't summon a monster off Junk Synchron. I skill drained that shit. And I got Mirror Force here, and I was thinking I could Gemini Spark, but at the same time, why? It's just not worth it. I don't want to waste a Gemini Spark on something like that. I want to use a Gemini Spark on something really big and dangerous. Um, I figured I'd just take the 1200 and then summon an Alias next turn because I had another one. Now, if I didn't have another one, I might have Gemini Sparked for a draw and like a destruction, but I didn't really give a crap. And he just quit because I guess he didn't want to fuck with that because of the skill drain. Um, this one, I love this opening hand. This opening hand was like, lol. Now, when I saw this monster, I'm thinking, okay, what? Burn? Exodia? What the fuck is going on? But it's actually a lot different than you're going to think it is. This deck actually threw me for one hell of a loop because it was really, really awkward. This deck was one of those decks that's centered and based around Clock Tower. I haven't seen a Clock Tower deck in ages, but on my dual note, did say meta decks only, and he pumped out a Xyz and he used two Clock Towers on a game against me. So I mean, he did a pretty good job. I'll give him credit for that. As you saw, I just skill drain to stop all his crap, so he can't keep attacking me directly. I got the Torrential Tribute, which was awesome because I knew he was going to try and summon on me. And boom, so this one was a really long game because the clock tower and the swords and all that bullcrap was just so annoying. I mean, it was horrible. It really was. Because I'm sitting there going, crap, don't sack me, don't sack me, don't sack me. That's like literally what was going through my head is just don't freaking sack me. But at the same time, I kind of was confident because this deck runs really well. Like it just does. It does an awesome job. The one thing I don't like is Hero Blast has to out of a target, but in that case, thank God Skill Drain was there. Um, but Hero Blast having to have a target is really annoying. I must admit, really annoying. But at the same time, oh well. It's a good card, but at the same time, sometimes it's a dead card. Not always, but sometimes. You just gotta, it's kind of one of those cards you have to play through and just kind of deal with the breaks. And of course he does Clock Tower, which prevents damage, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point then? That's gay. I love Hero Blast because it gives me, it's like I'm running 5 bottomless, like it really is. I mean, I love Hero Blast. It's insane. Every time you summon a monster, fuck you, Hero Blast, get off my field. That's just what it is. Compulsory, Gemini Spark, destroy the clock tower, he magic jammers, which is fucking gay. Like seriously, who the fuck runs Magic Jammer? This deck was really odd. Like I'm not gonna lie, this deck threw me for one hell of a loop because it was just like, what is going on? Is this really happening? Because this deck was just, it was so weird. And basically, as you see, I'll just Hero Blast everything he summons. I mean, that's just really what I can do. And I'm sitting there waiting for a Gemini Spark. Now, I don't play MSTs, but let me tell you why I don't play MST. I didn't play MST main deck because I didn't think I would need it. Now, I didn't expect to verse a Clock Tower. Now, he quit because he knew the minute I got a Gemini Spark, it was game over. So he just quit that one because I had all the stuff to answer what he had. So he quit that one. This one is Agents again. Same person as before. He contacted me on Dueling Network and said he wanted a rematch. So I was like, sure, dude, I don't mind. I'll give you a rematch. You know you're doing good when people contact you and say, hey, dude, I want a rematch. I'm like, okay. Agents are always that deck that's really tough. I mean, it really is. And of course, that's a play no one ever thinks about. Cyber Dragon and Tengu. You can sack the Tengu and get another Tengu. That's the amazing thing there. Yeah, this game I pretty much just beat him, and he couldn't do anything. He just really can't because he just quit. He's like, no, fuck this, fuck your back rows, and that was me putting on Bleach music because Bleach is awesome. But anyways, now this game was hard as hell. Now if you notice through all the games I've been playing with no extra deck. Now I did that for a reason. It wasn't because I didn't build one. I did it for a reason. I've got the Starlight Roads to special summon the Stardust, and I can drop 4-star Xyz pretty easily. But I was building this in the idea that players might not have the Xyz monsters or the Stardust Dragons. So I was playing this just as what it was for face value. And right there, if you're wondering what happened, he Graceful Charity'd, and he fucked up and didn't read the effects, so I told him he could take it back. I didn't care. This game right here was 58 minutes long. It was insane. I mean, this was a death match to like the very end of the universe. I mean, it was insane. If I had ran Xyz, I would have won this really easily. I do win in the end, so this deck did go 5-0. It went 5-0 undefeated, and these were all meta decks. I consider all of these meta decks because this deck is actually one of the big decks that's supposed to be coming out that people are going to start running. So I consider it a meta deck, whether you do or not. But it was really hard because he had answers for everything. That was the hard part. He had answers for everything. Now, that card that you just saw him play it gets really annoying. I mean, really annoying. That fusion card, because they can play it infinitely. They really can, and it gives them access to really big monsters. He tried to Solomon Honest. Doesn't work. In the end, Compulsory saves me. That's all I'm going to say. You'll see how, but in the end, Compulsory saves me, and that's why I run Compulsory. And yes, I know you can't Gemini Spark or set Neos. I meant to summon it, but it said it, so I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'll just put it in the grave. I mean, technically, I could have just Gemini Sparked my face up one if he really had a problem. Like, if he was like, well, you said it, I was like, okay, Gemini Spark my face up one. Sorry if it's going kind of fast, guys, but like, in order to make this even into a 4-minute video, I had to compress it by like ×8 speed. I mean, it's ridiculous because the match was so long. I'll tell you what, that card is annoying. Gem Enhancement, oh, that card gets annoying. Because it's just like, oh, I have a really big broken piece of shit. Guess what? It gets more broken. Yeah, Turtle. That turtle is fucking evil, dude. That turtle is not cool. When this deck comes out, I bet Gems will actually be a top deck. They really, I can actually see it because they have a lot of special summoning and a lot of beat sticks. I mean, they really can put in work. Now, if I was him, I would run Royal Decree in this deck. Fuck this crap. I would run Royal Decree, honestly. But he didn't, so that was his choice. And I'm not going to say if that was the right choice or the wrong choice, but I would run Royal Decree because that deck just pumps out beaters like no end. Sadly, I drew the Starlight Road after he played the Heavy. Cry. Now, that was the biggest mistake right there. He Gem Fusioned his 2100 Defender. That was the only reason I wasn't attacking him directly. So that was his big problem. Of course, then he plays the 2500, and I set the compulsory. Now he plays the fusion card, and I play compulsory. So